In the same month that the pound entered the ERM, the unification of Germany took place. The core country of the ERM started to push up its interest rates, forcing all members to follow. But keeping the pound unaltered in the ERM became a question of political prestige in London. In 1992, the finance ministers of the European Community met in the English city of Bath. Given the high inflation, Germany required England to devaluate the pound. England demanded Germany to decrease its interest rate. It didn't want to devaluate, neither to increase the interest rate. The financial markets, speculators, institutional investors and companies, trying to hedge their risks alike, started unprecedented speculation against the pound.
Fundamentally, they attack a currency by selling that currency and moving out of that currency. And that's not pure gnomes or speculators, very responsible companies, I always say, which operate internationally, have to see to it that the value of their cash tomorrow is at least the same as what it is today or over the weekend.
Speculation against the British pound reached billions. Speculators took advantage of the weakness of the ERM, that only a currency in crisis could be devalued. One such speculator was George Soros.
The money that I made on this particular transaction, the estimate is about $1 billion. You very simply use the forward market. You borrow a sterling and you sell the sterling that you have borrowed. You see? And then you buy back the sterling when the loan expires.
Well, the amounts that were required to keep the pound within the limits that had been agreed upon, so by buying up the pound, were so enormous that the authorities, in order to have the currencies with which to buy pounds available, had to borrow enormous amounts from other central banks, particularly in this case the Bundesbank. And then you're talking about tens and tens of billions of D-mark, which have to be borrowed, and that in the end that becomes unsustainable.
Finally, on the 16th of September 1992, the situation reached breaking point. England's Black Wednesday.
The government has concluded that Britain's best interests are served by suspending our membership of the exchange rate mechanism.
Question is that motion on the order paper, Mr. John Smith to move the amendment.
The real lesson, Madam Speaker, to be drawn from a comparison of the British and German economies is that before you can have a strong currency, you need a strong economy.
For the British taxpayer, the costs of the short-lived experiment with a fixed currency had been extremely expensive.